If you like wine and you like good food, then this is the place for you. Less than 2 hours from Cape Town, and this is the drive into the town, and it even has the name on the side of the mountain, so you can't get lost. So this is me awkwardly posing outside of where we stayed, and this was the pool. I literally read Fourth Wing before coming on this trip, and I had to take Iron Flame with me, even though it was only in hardback, and it was not at all a practical book for a trip like this. We then went to get iced coffee at one of our favourite coffee shops in all of South Africa, Bootlegger Coffee. Have to recommend it. We then explored a bit of the town and then went back to our accommodation and read some more, chilled by the pool. We then went to the French Connection Bistro for dinner, which was amazing. That was the steak frites, which was incredible, and dessert. I mean, you can't go wrong with dessert. This was the restaurant from the outside, which was just super cute. And then we finished up the night with a game of Monopoly deal, which I, of course, won. The next day, we took the famous wine tram and went wine tasting. There are lots of different routes that you can go on. All of them involve a small section on this tram, but then the rest of it is actually on a bus, which I'll show you later. We were on the pink line for hours. So you get on the tram, you get a glass of wine to go to your first destination, then get in a back of a tractor basically, and you get taken up to the first vineyard. This is our first stop, Grande Provence. We tried 3 of their Angel Tears wines, which were very light, very spring, very floral. I just had to get a picture of this statue because it's a rabbit drinking wine. Then wander around the vineyards a bit if you wanted to before you get back on the wine tram. We didn't actually get off at the next stop, so we just enjoyed the views from the tram. It was absolutely beautiful. Depending on which line you pick, you can either start with the tram section or with the bus section. We decided on the tram section first. There are quite a few vineyards on each route, and you can pick and choose which ones you do. We did 4 in one day, and I would say that that was probably more than enough. One thing I will say is it's best to decide where you want to go in advance, and also potentially book a lunch stop because they are very popular. There are a couple of vineyards though that do offer charcuterie plates, which you don't need to book in advance, which is what we ended up doing. So there is food available. But if you want a proper meal to soak up the wine, you should pre-book. This was our next stop where we had a charcuterie board that was incredible. This was the Atlas Swift Vineyard, which was one of the smaller ones, but it was actually one of my favourite that we went to. And it also has this swing, which I spent far too much time having the time of my life on. We are now on the bus section of our journey, again, driving through some absolutely beautiful vineyards. And we went to our next stop, which was Dieudonné, and I did the wine and chocolate pairing. One fun fact about me is I absolutely love lizards. I think they are the cutest things ever. So I spent ages watching this little guy. And this was the view from the Dieudonné vineyard. I think this one had the most incredible view, but it was so hot and there was no shade in the outdoor drinking area. And this is the wine bus, in case you're interested, versus the wine tram. And then we finished up at Chamonix, and again, we had a